On January 5, 1919, in a cold room in Munich, fewer than 24 men gathered for a political meeting that barely anyone noticed. There were no banners, no crowds, no headlines. Germany was broken, hungry, and humiliated after losing World War I. The empire had collapsed. The Kaiser was gone. Soldiers were returning to empty jobs and angry streets. Inflation was rising. Hope was disappearing. That night, a small group officially formed the German Workers' Party, known in German as the Deutsche Arbeiterpartei. At the time, it meant nothing. It was one of many angry political clubs born from defeat. But history would later mark this moment as the beginning of one of the darkest chapters humanity has ever faced. Germany in 1919 was drowning in resentment. The Treaty of Versailles had punished the nation severely, stripping territory, limiting its military, and demanding crushing reparations. Many Germans believed they had been betrayed from within, rather than defeated on the battlefield. This lie spread easily among a population desperate for someone to blame. The German Workers' Party fed on that anger. It mixed nationalism, anti-communism, and conspiracy thinking into simple messages designed for people who felt forgotten. It promised dignity without offering responsibility, strength without truth, pride without accountability. Later that year, a former soldier named Adolf Hitler attended one of its meetings. He was not invited as a leader, he was sent as an informant. But he spoke, and when he did, people listened. He discovered something powerful. Words could become weapons. By 1920, the party renamed itself the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or Nazi Party. Its meetings grew louder. Its promises grew more extreme. Its enemies became clearer: Jews, communists, intellectuals, minorities. All were blamed for Germany's pain. What began as political speech slowly became political belief. Belief became identity. Identity became obedience. The world underestimated it. Many laughed. Others ignored it. Some believed it would burn itself out. But economic collapse in 1929. The Great Depression gave the movement oxygen. Desperation turned listening ears into loyal followers. By 1933, Hitler was appointed chancellor. Within months, democracy was dismantled. Free speech ended. Opposition vanished. The state became a machine, efficient, obedient, merciless. From that January meeting in 1919 came World War II. The deaths of over 60 million people, the Holocaust, and destruction across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Entire cities vanished. Families were erased. Humanity was forced to confront how ordinary people could participate in extraordinary evil. The aftermath reshaped the world. The United Nations was formed. Human rights law emerged. Genocide was named as a crime. Borders were redrawn. Germany itself was split for decades. All because a small group was allowed to grow unchecked. Because hatred was mistaken for patriotism and anger for truth. Today, the lesson remains dangerously relevant. Political extremism does not arrive announcing disaster. It begins quietly in meetings, in speeches, in frustrations that feel justified. It grows when people stop questioning and start blaming. January 5, 1919, reminds us that history is not only shaped by wars and presidents, but by ignored beginnings. So why do we learn history every day? Because the most dangerous movements do not start with armies. They start with ideas. Because understanding how words turn into power helps the present generation recognize warning signs before it is too late. And because future generations deserve a world where anger is guided by truth, not weaponized into destruction. History is not old. History is living inside us. One day, one event, one lesson. Mr. Fidi,